Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to talk about a few of my favorite things. So here's my favorite things I thought I would talk to you and show you about and what I actually use them for, right? Not just actually show them, but let's tell about what we're going to use them for. So let's start with these awesome thermometers, okay? So they are probe thermometers. This one has 2 probes, this one has 1 probe. Here they are. We use them for the smoker, we use them for roasting chicken or any kind of meat inside the house. I also use them for checking cheese temperature because I'm always making cheese and you gotta have a certain temperature for certain kinds of cheeses. So I use those a lot. This is also a cheese scooper, curd scooper, but I also use it for lots of other things. I use it to flip the bagels. It drains the bagels really good when I'm making them. My husband uses it for scooping off the foam for maple syrup. So we just use this quite a bit for a lot of different things. It's just really nice and wide. I really like it. Stainless steel. I have also recently started getting into wooden things. I've only just used stainless steel, which I love. But I bought this from Azure Standard. It was $2.50 or something. It was really cheap. I don't know. Wooden spoon. It works really good. Oh, I love it. Then we have, this is sourdough, if you're wondering what this is, but these plastic lids, I just absolutely love these. They come in all different colors, and then of course the wide mouth and the regular mouth, and I'm just constantly using these lids for everything in quart jars, because I am an admitted quart jar or a mason jar aholic, just so you know. I also use this bench scraper quite often for a lot of different things. I've seen people actually use it to chop up stuff, scoop up all the veggies to dump them into whatever you're making and stuff like that. I use it a lot with my sourdough, with my bread, because it cuts the dough nice and soft instead of you trying to tear it like this, so it's much gentler on the dough, and that's kind of what you want in some cases. And I also use this butter thingy, what's that thing called? Anyways, I love this thing. I use this a lot. I just splurged on it maybe about 1.5 years ago, and I was like, where were you all my life? I love it to cut up the butter into the pastries and to make the homemade pot pies and stuff like that. It just works really, really good. I also use it for some of the sourdough stuff too. My immersion blender, it comes in 2 pieces like this. You plug it in. This is a Cuisinart. I would also get a KitchenAid brand if this was to fail on me. But I use this a lot. I use it for, one of it I actually use it for making soap, but not everyone is doing that, and it's a different one than this. But I also use it for blending up soups, because when I grab a bunch of weird, random, healthy ingredients and throw it in a crock pot, I can then hide it from the kids by blending it up. Trick on there. So that's a good one. And then I also love these stainless steel bowls. They come in many different sizes in one set, good price. They have the rubber grip on the bottom here, so they help stay on the counter when you're really mixing stuff up. And then they're stainless steel. I don't mind it if they get hot from washing it in the sink or anything like that. And the plastic, I always feel like is leaching things, so I really, really stay away from anything plastic unless I have to. A good strainer is essential. This is a fine mesh strainer, which is I just can use it for many more things than I could like a normal strainer with the bigger holes and stuff like that. So I have 2 of these. I don't even have the other kind. I use this for holding cheese curds because it's that small. It does great for angel hair pasta, and I just kind of use it for everything. Anything I need to be strained, I do that. I also have a coffee and spice grinder. I have 2 different ones. I have a designated coffee grinder because coffee stains. The beans just do that. And the reason why we grind up our own beans is that we only buy organic beans because they don't have pesticides on them, which is fabulous. And because I use those grounds after I've already drank the coffee from it, I use those grounds. That goes into my compost. That way there's no pesticides going right into my garden. So this way it helps with the cost. If I buy whole beans and I grind them, it helps with that cost of organic coffee. And I also use this one is a great one for chopping up spices. It is so good. It can chop up like cinnamon sticks and stuff like that and make it into a fine powder. This one's got a 4 blade in it. It also come with one that had two blades in it too. So you didn't need it as fine. So I love that. So and this is just what we store our coffee in. The next thing here are these USA pans. I actually am making some breadcrumbs on here. This is just some bread that was getting a little questionable, so you go ahead and toast them up. Then I'm going to use my food processor. It's a KitchenAid food processor. That's something else that I love. and I'll grind it up and make that into breadcrumbs, and then we'll use them for, you know, making chicken nuggets or breading fish or stuff like that. But these pans right here are USA pans. I just am really enjoying them, and it's really hard to find a non-stick pan that isn't coated in Teflon, and these aren't. I think they're coated in silicone. It's still not my favorite thing. I don't trust it. There's not a lot of research out on the silicone yet, but for pan, sometimes I have to compromise, right? Can't do everything, right? Then over here is a 10-quart crock pot. And I say go big or go home. I have a couple of these. I have a couple of the smaller ones. This one is fabulous. When we raise our own whole chickens, they're just a nice size. They're 5-6 pound birds. They're awesome. They fit nicely into here. You can make bigger items or bigger amounts of soup, and then you can freeze stuff and do stuff for later. If you've got a bigger piece of pork or beef or something like that. It just works really good than those smaller ones. I don't even use the smaller ones unless I need them as a backup, or if it's like a side dish like mashed potatoes at a holiday or something like that. And then, of course, the best thing for last is my cast iron pans. These two are always sitting out with me all the time on the stovetop. Use them constantly. I mean, they have a nice shine. We're cooking bacon in them all the time. We're using lard to fry up, well, not really fry, but saute anything. So I constantly am using the cast iron pans. They don't even get put away. They're just on the counter all the time. So these are some of my favorite things, and I hope that you enjoy them too. And let me know what your favorite things are too. Go ahead and post it in today's post and let me know what you think.